Hi, I'm live. I've only been trying to go live for like the last 3 days. So, as you can see, the topic of today's discussion is affirmations and the time I went to Facebook jail. So, let me just take you right on back as to why it is that I haven't been able to go live for like the last 3 days. So, apparently, I was trying to go live, not yesterday, but the day before. And because I did a thing. Hi. So, yeah, I did a thing. And I'll tell you about the thing I did. That's the affirmations. And I was trying to go live. I was trying to go live on like one phone. Then I'm like, okay, the one phone is Mercury retrograde. Maybe this phone is acting up because it's MR and it's a little wild right now. I'm like, let me just pull out the other two burner phones and see if maybe one of them works. Neither one of them worked either. It's like, okay, well, maybe this is just a bad time of day. Maybe the universe is saying, Biba, you need to focus to get this thing done. And you want to be on here going live and playing reindeer games because you're excited. And I said, you know what? Okay, fine. Maybe I'll do this after I finish whatever it is I'm doing. Try to go live again. And the answer was like, no, just not today at all. Okay. So the next day, I'm like, I think I want to go live. That didn't happen because I had like a whole situation. It was personal. So I'll tell you about that. That's another story. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. And then today, when I'm all like, I'm like, today I'm going live. It's not a game. We're going live. We're not playing around. I try to go live on Facebook and it's like, oh no, boo, your account is restricted. They have put me in jail, y'all. Facebook put your girl in jail. I am in Facebook jail right now. As we speak, as I am here talking to you, I'm in Facebook jail. Me in Facebook jail. I can't fucking believe it. I was like, this got to be a mistake. This don't happen to me. What do I talk about on here? First of all, I'm a lurker. Like I just roll on there. I just scroll down. Oh, this is interesting. I make a couple of jokes and I move on with my life. I might put some Rack City B pictures up there where my kids are out on the streets. But that's it. They seem to be okay with that for the year and a half I've been doing it. So I'm like, it can't be the rack. It's not the rack. It's something else. Turns out I made a joke about kidnapping a freaking plant. That's what they mad about, son. One of my Facebook friends has these gorgeous ZZs, and I love ZZs because they're like indestructible. Like the more you neglect them, the more they flourish. You don't have to water them that often. You don't have to give them sunlight. They like, leave me the hell alone and put me in a corner and I'm just gonna be over here looking pretty. And since I have my thumb is no longer black. It used to be it was black before. It became brown and now it's like a mint green. So it's not full green. Like I'm trying to be better and have been about like not killing my plants. Like I've killed snake plants, I've killed cacti, I've killed aloe. They've all died in here. So, during the Panda Express, I've been a much better person about my plants. I water them, I speak love to them. They've been doing well. So I'm like, oh, I really want a ZZ. They're nice, they're very low maintenance. And she has these gorgeous ZZs. And I'm always like lurking on her page when she puts the ZZ up, like, oh, I'm gonna get my hands on that ZZ. I'm gonna fly out to wherever you are and I'm gonna kidnap the ZZ. So she got a new one, and I was like, she's like, I was just thinking about you because I had seen it and I commented. And then I said, you must have known I was going to kidnap. I was planning a kidnap mission. That was the comment. They were like, absolutely not. You can't be planning no kidnapping missions on FB. I'm like, you let people say way worse things than planning a kidnap mission for a fucking plant. Are you fucking serious right now? They were fucking serious. They put baby in the corner. So baby's in Facebook jail corner right now. So, we just gonna have to make it do what it do. And I'm like, how dare you put me in Facebook jail during my motherfucking season? Like, it's Gemini season. My birthday is this month. I am not gonna be able to go live on here on my birthday. You have me all the way messed up right now. I'm on fire. I'm so pissed. Like, how dare you? How dare you, Facebook? How dare you? But anyway, you know what? We're just gonna breathe it out. We're gonna breathe it out. I'm on YouTube now. It's YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even say what my name was. Welcome to my channel, Biba's Blessings Box. This is the kind of shit I do on here sometimes. Make sure that you hit the subscription button and the notification bell. So when I roll up on here live on a bender, because Facebook put your girl in Facebook jail, you'll be here to see me act a fool and tell you about the other things that I did. So what I really wanted to come on here and talk about was affirmations, because I did a thing, you guys. I published my Affirmations 5-day journal yesterday. It is out, it's live. And let me tell you how I've worked so hard on it. It is so amazing. I'm so proud of it. It's like 53 pages of solid gold affirmations, experimental experience, all that good stuff. And I had a full blown breakdown yesterday. The first place that I sent the link when it was finally up and running was to two of my friends. And the minute that I pressed send, like all of this stuff came up and I just started bawling, was crying. It was nonstop, like ugly tears, like full blown, like it was a whole situation. And then one of the friends sent a gift and talked about how she was so proud of me. And I was just starting to dry up the tears. And then it's like waterworks just whole it just they just started coming from my eyes again after she sent that. Then I'm in the business accelerator. Hey, Marisa, she's here. Create the rules. Y'all got to see her about something if you have a business, because she has this amazing business accelerator with all of these experts and entrepreneurs and creatives that are in there supporting each other. And she is so amazing. And if you want the link, I'll put that in my caption when I get a chance to. But I was in the co-working space in her business accelerator, and there were people there. They were celebrating. They had the audible claps. There were gifts going around. And then she just talked about how she's, so proud of me and is so happy to have me here in the group and all these other things. And I start crying again. Then I went to put it on Facebook. This was before I realized that your girl was in Facebook jail. And I put the link up, and then I had a video where I was scrolling through it so people could actually see like the cover and some of the pages. And then I had another breakdown. Like I was crying for a minute. And then there was a period of time when I wasn't on anything and I was just in here just crying in general. So after the full-blown breakdown that I had, because I finally released the thing that I did, I was like hella tired. So I took a disco nap for 30 minutes, and then I had a therapy session, which, was wonderful. So by the time therapy was over and I let that marinate, I was on 10. Because again, it's my season. So anyway, about the thing. This Affirmations Journal is a 5-day experiment to really show you how affirmations are meant to work. A lot of times people just want quick, fast, and easy. You're not thinking about like how they're supposed to work. You're not thinking about the breakdown of an affirmation, like what it's meant to do. And as a result, like people do it, they think they just have to say this thing in the mirror or say this thing out loud in the morning, and then everything is going to go wonderful. They're going to be a millionaire. They're going to be able to, like conquer the world. They're going to be able to, dominate in all realms of things. You're going to feel amazing about yourself, and life is going to be wonderful. But just by saying these 3 sentences for 5 minutes in the morning, you too can just be an amazing rocket of potential and confidence. And then when that doesn't work, because I just got to do the thing. They're like, affirmations don't work. But the problem is, affirmations do work. They're very powerful. You're not doing them right. You're not doing them right. You're not saying the right words. You don't have the right intentions. And that's why it doesn't work. So in this journal, like I tell you a little bit about affirmations, but really I'd rather show you than tell you about how affirmations are meant to work. In the workbook, I go into more detail about what they do, how they work. So it's the equivalent of putting a quarter into a gumball machine and expecting a gumball to come out. But instead of a gumball coming out, nothing comes out. And then you're just like, well, now the machine doesn't work. But you don't know specifically what in here isn't working. The machine works, but there is a piece in here that is messed up, that if it was fixed, you would have a gumball. So the same with affirmations. Affirmations may not be working for you because there's some things within the way that you're going about doing it that are not proper, that are not properly tied together. They're not connected in the way that they should be in order for them to work. And so then when you're got your hand out ready for to get all of the abundance and the blessings and whatnot from saying the affirmations, and nothing comes out, you're like, fuck that, affirmations don't work. But that's not true. Affirmations are not goals. Affirmations are not, well, I'm a millionaire. I am going to be a millionaire, or I am a millionaire, or I am an owner of a successful small business, or I am um an amazingly talented museum. Well, not museum musician. It's not about goals. Like, we're saying affirmations about goals. We're saying affirmations about things we want to do. We're saying affirmations about the things we want to have. You want to be a millionaire. You want to have $1 million. You want to have, all this money to do what exactly? But you're affirming all this shit outside of you. You're not affirming you. Affirmations are about affirming you. They're about validating you. And I've been saying this a few times, but I feel like I need to keep saying it. But it's simply about making sure that you recognize your own value and your worthiness. And when you start affirming things that A, you don't have, B, that there's no evidence of in your life and in your existence, and C, things that you're hoping to get in the future that may come around, ultimately you're saying that you're not valuable, you're not worthy, you're not good, you're not blessed, you're not any of these things, you're not positive, whatever, 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 because you don't have these things outside of you. If you're not a millionaire and you never become a millionaire, does that mean that you're not worthy? Does that mean that you're not valuable? Does that mean that you're not valued? Like, no, that's not what that means. Like, you have to get to the point where you see yourself for who you are, you recognize your worth and your value regardless. Like, I live in um I own my own home, but I live in a row house, and I am still, as I'm more valuable than Beyonce to me. Beyonce, I love Beyonce. I'm a huge fan. Well, to you, yes, Beyonce is more valuable because you know her, you've seen her shows, you like her music, so on and so forth. But to me, I am more valuable to her. Like, you need to be able to say without a doubt, without question, that you are above all. Period. You're more valuable than your mom. You're more valuable than your children. You're more valuable than your family. You're more valuable than the job you do. You're more valuable than the money that you have, the car that you're driving. Because all that shit, even the people, can be here today and gone today. So when they go, not if people die, you know, hopefully, like, your children don't pass before you, but things happen in life. I'm looking at the stock markets, I'm looking at crypto. Like, there were crypto millionaires during the pandemic, and now with crypto tanking the way that it is, those millionaires are paupers. Or maybe not paupers, well, compared to where they were, they probably are, but the value of their crypto has gone down substantially. So does that mean that they're now like worthless human beings because, well, at one point they were millionaires and now they're not anymore? They can't control the market. I mean, it fluctuates. It's the risk that you take. You're affirming that you're a successful entrepreneur, and that doesn't happen. So does that mean that you're not worthy, you're not good? No, none of those things. So you have to affirm yourself so that without a shadow of a doubt, when the shit happens, because shit be happening, life be life, and as you well know, that regardless, like, you're still you. You're still amazing. You're still valuable. You're still worthy. You're still all of the things. You're still deserving. You have affirmations are supposed to validate you, who you are. It's not about what all the stuff outside of you. Because when the inside of you is rocking and rolling and operating on all cylinders, where the gears are turning the way that they're supposed to, when you put your quarter into the machine and you turn it, the gumballs are coming out. And the gumballs are the results. The gumballs are the good parts about life. Like, when you get this together, all that shit out there will percolate and collaborate in your favor, on your behalf, naturally. Like, you don't have to do anything. And it sounds, for those who were in it, like, I know I'm sounding like a full-blown crazy person, but I was there. Like, this has been I've only been working on myself and doing inner work, energy work for the last, I don't know, since I was a teenager. Like, I have journals and diaries of things. I've read books, I've gone to courses, I've traveled. Like, I've done a lot to get to this point. Energy work, I've had Reiki, I'm an EFT or tapping practitioner. I've done matrix reimprinting. I'm a practitioner. And yoga, meditation, like all these things, being out in nature, talking to trees, hugging trees, going to therapy, all those things. Like it's been years of getting myself together to be able to look in the mirror and really say, like, I am beautiful. Like, you are beautiful. I don't care if I got 2 sets of eyebrows, which I do right now. I'm looking like a full Wolverine. No matter. Like, it is what it is. But the point is that you have to know and love yourself regardless of where you live and what's going on around you, because you are all you really have. All hours of the day and night, at every moment, you're all you have. You are guaranteed. Nobody else is guaranteed. You are guaranteed. No matter how much you love your family, anything can happen at any time. You can get it how you live it here on earth. Because this is part of the gig. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's around the corner. So getting back to affirmations. So in saying affirmations, they're meant to be about you, fully and completely about you. So this affirmations journal is moving away from saying affirmations in the traditional way and giving you an opportunity to feel the difference, because in the moment you will know if it's effective for you. But because we're just so busy just taking whatever other people say and thinking that it's going to be easy and simple and we're going to have these fast results and all these other things, that all we need to do is just do the thing and not really do the work, you're not even noticing if those things work for you or not. Not even noticing. So you get a chance to experience that. You'll say an affirmation in the traditional way, and then you'll have an opportunity where I'm asking you questions to, like, just check with yourself, because your body will tell you what is going on. The things that you hear, your inner critic is going to come in there and tell you what's going on. And based upon what your inner critic is telling you about what you're trying to affirm, that right there, the feelings that you feel based on what your inner critic tells you, the feeling is the signal. The feeling is the signal. The feeling is the frequency that you're putting out there to attract more of that. So if you're saying an affirmation that you don't believe about yourself, that hasn't come to fruition, and because your inner critic is going to pull up receipts and remind you that that is the truth, you're going to come away with an affirmation that has been negated, first of all, because it's not true. And then your inner critic is going to come in here with the rest of the nails for the coffin to now put you all the way down. And you and I both know your inner critic is vicious. Like, if you said the things that your inner critic says to you, like, out loud, people would be absolutely horrified. And sometimes our inner critic already has a particular voice of someone in our lives, a parent, a family member who was hypercritical of you, um, and really just did a number on your self-esteem. Like, that could be the voice of your inner critic. But your inner critic is going to say some of the nastiest things to you and really try to drive home that you are not meant to change. You're meant to stay exactly in the place where you are, exactly in the position where you are, because where you are right now is comfortable. It is the devil, you know. So when you start making affirmations talking about, oh, I'm affirm being a millionaire, the reason why that's not working is because, have you had that experience in your life? Do you have evidence that that's possible for you? Are you comfortable with that number? I'm doing a tapping challenge right now with Margaret Lynch, tapping for $50,000, and I have a video so you guys can see um, like what some of my, like, big money block stories have been. But I thought I was cool. So I was like, 50,000, that doesn't feel foreign to me. $1 million is quite uncomfortable. So let me tap for $1 million and see what comes up. And I've been quite surprised by some of the money blocks that are coming up, which, like, this belief that I'm not going to be able to manage it. Like, am I going to be able to handle it? Like, I can't just put $1 million in 10 bank accounts because the FDIC only insures $100,000. And what kind of gain am I going to get on putting $100,000 in 10 bank accounts with little to no interest? Like, what kind of decisions am I going to make? Well, if I can't put all of it in one place, like, where do I put it? What kinds of decisions do I need to avoid so that I don't end up with it being really heavily taxed, or that I don't do a bunch of stuff with it that costs me money because of the decisions that I'm making. So another thing that came up was that if I don't earn it, then I don't deserve it. Excuse me. And honestly, like, if it doesn't come through my business, if it doesn't come through a decision that I've made in terms of my investments, and let's say it comes through an inheritance, or it comes through, somebody found it somewhere, or it's a gift from somewhere, or I hit the lottery, then there's a part of me I didn't realize. It's just like, you don't deserve that money because you didn't work hard for it. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. What? So that means that there are places and things, I don't lost my train of thought, but there are places and things that are within us that we may not even be aware of. And simply blanketing over top of that stuff that's buried deep that we're not really sure about, that we don't know about, is not going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve the problem. So in order for us to solve the problem, what we're going to have to do is really do our inner work, and affirmations are meant to help you to do that. So you start off with the traditional way, you feel something, and you take a moment to see what you're feeling. You're taking a moment to see if there's something that you're hearing. You take a moment to notice what your inner critic is saying, because that information right there tells you, is this going to work for me? If you come away from saying an affirmation that makes, and that through all that, you come out on the other end feeling sad, bad, upset, frustrated, hopeless, then that affirmation is a no-go. Then it's not like, well, let me just say it for another week and maybe it'll work for me, because yeah, I don't believe it, but I can fake it until I make it. No, because every time you do it, you're sending out a signal about how you really feel about yourself, about this affirmation, about the way that your inner critic came in here, kicked the door down, and tried to wreck you. That is the signal. So if you don't feel good after you say the affirmation, the signal is the test. That's the test. Oh yeah, I said this affirmation and it didn't, I don't really feel good after I said it, but I'm gonna have to do it for another 21 days because they said that it's gonna turn my mind around. I'll be able to reprogram my mind in 21 days. But no, today it feels sucky. Tomorrow it feels the same. 21 days, you've been sending out a signal of straight nonsense or sadness or frustration and all those things for 21 days. It's not gonna work, boo. It's not. So don't do it. I know what the people told you. I know what the coach told you. I know what the person who wrote the book told. I know what the manifestation law of attraction teachers have told you. I know what it told you. If it doesn't feel good in the moment, it ain't gonna work. You can say it until the cows come home. It is not going to make you a millionaire. It's not going to make you feel better about yourself. That affirmation is not doing its job. Right? Right? So that's the first part of the experiment. But the second part of the experiment is to tweak the language of the affirmation, right? That language is supposed to bypass your inner critic because it is speaking to the you that is driving the boat. It's the part of you where your patterns are formed. It's the part of you where your limiting beliefs are located. It's the part of you that your it's your autopilot. It's the driver of the boat. You're speaking to that part of you. You're reprogramming that part of you. You're blanketing that part of you with the positive statement. So you use this language, you tweak it, you say it, and then there's a moment for you to, like, all right, now let me see how I'm feeling about this. And since it's the same affirmation said a different way, what's the difference between the way that I said it and how I'm saying it now? Like, what's the difference to me? How am I feeling about this? What am I hearing about it? Am I hearing anything? How do I feel now that I've said it? And if you say this affirmation in the way that I'm teaching you, and you notice that it doesn't feel so bad, it doesn't feel so false, you don't feel like hopeless, you don't feel frustrated, you don't feel the same negative emotions around the same affirmation, then that in the moment is telling you that the affirmation is working. So you get to do that over a period of 5 days. I give you 5 personal power affirmations that are around increasing your confidence. Hi, Tadra. So I give you these affirmations to increase your confidence. So you get a new affirmation every day. So you get an affirmation, you do it the traditional way, check in with yourself, do that same affirmation tweaked, check in with yourself, and then you see the difference. That's all you do for each day. Then the next day until 5 days later, you have an opportunity to now look at the overall 5 day experiment and say, what do I notice about myself? What are some things that have occurred as a result of trying this out? Have I seen any improvements in my mood? Have I been able to manifest things differently? Can I see the difference from where I started versus where I am now? That's the purpose of this journal. And it's $7. I probably should have led with that. It's $7. That's it. $7 for a 5 day experiment. You come away with 5 personal power affirmations. You could say them anywhere you want to, whenever you want to help you to, show up differently, to help you to have more confidence in asking for the job or the raise, to take certain action that's just like you need a little somebody massage your shoulder, you need a little guy in the corner at a boxing ring, like I don't know what the hell they're called, but you need your hype man to like hype you up. Like, let the affirmations be that. You'll have 5 of them that you can use anytime. $7 is it. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to put the link in the comments somewhere in here. It's actually in the captions as well. So if you take a look at the caption, the link is there. Go over there, get yourself the 5 day affirmation journal. It is a PDF digital download. So I believe it's fillable, but Mercury retrograde, I made it fillable. But if it's not, let me know. It should be. So you print that out. Colorful. It's beautiful. I'm so proud of the work. It is 53 pages. So you get a lot. You get a lot of information, not too much information, but it's more so, again, you get to experience what these affirmations are supposed to feel like. You get the opportunity to learn, like for the affirmations that you're already doing, like checking in and seeing, are they working for you? Because sometimes there are certain I am affirmations that you say, they're like, oh, this feels really nice. That's because you believe it. There's no question. That's why it works for you. So keep saying those. Absolutely. But if there's some affirmations that you come away with, like that don't make you feel good, you affirming shit that's out there in the future, that's not happening right now, I'm a millionaire, and it makes you feel like I'll never be that, then stop saying it. And you shouldn't be saying future. You shouldn't be future tripping with your affirmations anyway. They're supposed to be present tense, but that's another story for another day. So check the captions again. Get the Affirmations Journal. It's amazing. Send me an email because my email's in there. Let me know what you think. And I'll keep you posted on part 2. I got like more to share because Facebook got me all the way messed up, child. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. I love all of you. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.